Hey guys, it's Carrie coming to you from my backyard today for some yoga. Today I'm going to do a beginner's Hatha Vinyasa flow sequence for strength. Let's get started. Okay, so today let's start in Thunderbolt pose, Vajrasana. Taking a moment to just settle in, breathe, relax. Inhaling the arms up, look up at the hands, and bringing the hands into the heart center, pressing the thumb into the chest, bowing the chin in towards the chest, breathing into the heart, maybe setting a personal intention for your practice today. Bringing the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand wraps around the back waist for a gentle twist, and then same thing on the other side, looking over that shoulder. Coming onto all fours for tabletop position. Make sure everything's aligned. Hands are under the shoulders, elbows under the hips. Then look over the right shoulder at the right hip, over at the left shoulder, over towards the left hip. And then cat-cow. So rounding out on the exhale. Inhale, let the navel relax towards the earth, looking up to the sky. Exhale, rounding out, draw the navel in towards the spine. A few more rounds here, inhaling and exhaling. Full breath in, full exhale. And then extend the right leg in front of you and the left leg behind you. Back to your tabletop, and same thing on the other side. Extend the left hand and the right leg. We're going to repeat that a few more times here. Extending, expanding in opposition. So left arm, right leg. And right arm, left leg. And then again. And sinking back into Balasana, child's pose. Settling into yourself. Breathing through the heart center, through the back body. Accessing the sacred heart, heart chakra. And then go ahead and come into your tabletop. Tuck the toes, and we're coming into our first down dog for the day. So make it your own here, really lifting the hips high up towards the sky. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. If your feet can be flat, awesome. Otherwise, you can bend the knees a little bit if that's more comfortable. Lift both heels up and bend the knees a lot. Let your belly rest on the thighs, and then straighten the knees, and then bending and straightening the knees in an alternating fashion, sort of walking it out. Really let your hips twist and turn here. You can pause and hold along the way, whatever feels good. Look between your hands for your focus, and then step by step, walking the feet up to the hands. Lengthen the spine halfway. You can place the hands on the quadriceps, flat back, and rising all the way up, looking up at the hands, and hands to heart center, pressing the thumb into the chest, breathing. Centering yourself. Inhale the arms up, and then bring the right hand around the left wrist, stretching. Same thing on the other side. Coming to the top of your mat, or make sure you're at the top of the mat. And bring the arms around in front of you, around to the sides, placing the hands around the back rim of the pelvis for a supported back bend. See if you can keep your knees straight. And then looking up to the sky, inhale the arms up. On the exhale, we're going to fold forward. You can place the hands on the shins, quadriceps, on the earth, and then step back into a down dog and flowing forward into a plank. See if you can just hold your plank here. Place the knees on the earth and then lower the chin and the chest down and glide through into low cobra, or I'm doing a high cobra here, looking up to the sky, keeping the elbows in, engage the core, push up, and then back into your down dog. Breathing, taking a few breaths here. Pressing all 10 fingers into the mat, shoulder blades back and down. And again, you can bend and straighten the knees in an alternating fashion. Lift the heels, bend the knees, get some length in the spine. Straighten the knees, see if you can bring the feet flat, and once again, walking to the top of the mat, step by step. Flat back, rising all the way up, and again, hands to heart, breathing into the heart center. Inhale the arms up. On the exhale, folding forward. Lengthen halfway, flat back, step the left foot back and the right foot back. Come into a down dog, float forward or roll forward into a plank. And then you're just going to sort of windshield wiper the feet side to side just to see what it feels like to come side to side. Knees on the earth, lower the chin and the chest down as the elbows stay in and rising into a high cobra. Lowering yourself down. And then baby cobra, you can lift the hands up or you can clasp the hands behind you, looking up to the sky, and then bringing the arms up to the sky for a nice opening. And then release the hands, push back into Balasana, child's pose. Breathing, centering, grounding, finding your center. On the inhale, rising into a tabletop, tuck the toes, coming into a down dog once again. Holding it here, breathing. And we're going to come into a down dog twist. So the right hand comes to the outside of the left shin. The palm is facing open. Same thing on this other side. Left hand comes to the outside of the right shin bone. Palm facing out for a little bit of a twist. Coming into your down dog. Breathing. Inhale the right leg up to the sky and back down. Same thing on the left. Up to the sky and back down. Look between the hands, walk both feet up, stepping up, rising flat back all the way up, and hands to heart center once again. Bowing the chin in towards the chest, and then inhaling the hands up, exhale, fold forward. Lengthen the spine halfway. We're going to step the right foot back, and this time we're coming into a low lunge. So placing that right knee on the earth, just let the weight of the body sink down. Make sure your knee is aligned directly over that ankle, the left knee, over the left ankle. You can keep the hands on the knees or bring the hands up. You can look forward or up at the sky like I'm doing here. Then looking forward once again. And then you're going to straighten that left knee, sink back and hinge forward. So you're opening into the hamstrings here. For a little bit of a reverse lunge. Left arm comes up to the sky for a gentle twist. And then the right arm comes up to the sky for a twist. And then you're going to place that left foot flat once again. Tuck the toes of the right foot, straighten the right leg. Hold it here for a moment for some strength, and then step the left foot back into your downward dog. Roll forward into your plank. You can knees, chest, chin, or this time chaturanga through all the way, like a push-up. You can do high cobra or up dog, which means your thighs are not on the earth. Tuck the toes, transition back into your down dog. Breathing. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Hold it, breathe. This time you're going to step the right foot through and the left knee comes onto the earth. You can keep the toes of the left foot tucked like I'm doing here, or you can let the top of the foot come flat onto your mat if that feels better. Inhale the arms up. You can look forward or up at the sky. Breathing. And then looking forward to find your focus. Extend the right leg straight. Flex the toes up to the sky. Sort of sink back towards your heel and let the torso fold forward. Left arm comes up and then right arm comes up for a twist as we're opening into the hamstrings. Then you're going to place that right foot flat, tuck the toes of the left foot, hold it there for a moment, and then step up to the top of the mat. Rising up, flat back, hands to heart center, breathing. Taking a moment to notice your connection to the earth under your feet as you inhale the arms up once again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. Step the left foot back and the right foot back. Come into your plank. You can knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga through into your up dog or high cobra, and then into a down dog. This time, inhale the right leg up to the sky. The left heel is going to spin into the center, and we're rising into a warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. The hips are squared forward, and then you're going to hinge forward. For humble warrior, you can clasp the hands behind you and bring them up towards the sky. You're letting your torso fall forward on the inside of that knee. Then pivot the left heel, come back into your down dog, float forward into an up dog, and then down dog again. Take a few breaths here. Inhale the left leg up. Step it through as the right heel spins in. That back right foot is at like a 45-degree angle. Your hips are squared forward to the top edge of your mat. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Hinge forward for Humble Warrior. You can interlace the hands behind you. And torso falls forward in front of that left knee or on the inside of that left knee. Releasing the hands. Step the left foot back. Roll forward into your plank chaturanga. And you can do low cobra, high cobra, or up dog. And then from there, we're going to just sink back into balasana, child's pose, and breathe. Feel your heartbeat. Breathing into the body. Relaxing. On the inhale, come into your tabletop. Tuck the toes into a plank. Hold your plank and then place the knees on the earth and then bring the knees back up. So this is just like a little strength, core strength building exercise here. Tuck the toes and then you're going to just lift the knees up. You can tuck the toes or have the feet flat, but just lifting the knees up from your tabletop position in repetitions is super strengthening for your core. Tuck the toes, come back into your down dog. Taking a few breaths before you inhale the right leg up to the sky. You can hold it there, or this time you can bend the knees, stack the hips on top of each other, look up at the sky under the right arm. Nice opening in the body. Step the right foot through. You're actually going to place the right knee goes behind the right wrist, and we're transitioning into pigeon pose from here. Looking up to the sky. You can be on the fingertips like I'm doing here. Hips are squared off. Or you can place your hands flat or come onto your elbows. This is a nice hip opener. Or make a little cushion for your forehead with your forearms. If you press your left hip towards the earth a little bit more, it's going to give you a deeper opening in that right hip. Breathing, relaxing. Notice where you feel the openings happening in your body and breathe into those spaces. We're going to transition out of it here. Actually, before we transition, you can experiment with bringing your left toes up to the sky. This is definitely more of like a level 2, 2.5 movement. Maybe you can bring that foot into your elbow and clasp onto the hands. Sort of demonstrating that here for those of you who want to try that. Tuck your toes, and then from there you can transition back into your down dog. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left leg comes up. Hold it there or bend the knees, stack the hips for a deeper opening in the hip flexors. Look between the hands, place the left knee behind the left wrist. Make an adjustment to your shin bone so it's at anywhere between a 45-degree angle to the top of the mat or aligned with the top of the mat. Coming onto the hands or maybe onto the elbows. Or maybe relaxing all the way down. You can see here I'm going to push my right hip into the earth a little bit more, squaring off the hips, which is going to give a deeper opening to the left hip. Breathe into the left hip. Just notice where you feel it in your body. Cultivating body awareness by paying attention to sensation. And then if you want to explore the possibility of bringing the toes of the right foot up to the sky, maybe you can grab onto your right foot with the right hand or bring it into the elbow, clasping onto the hands here. Again, that's definitely level 2, 2.5. Just throwing it in for those of you who want to try it. Good. And then we're coming back into our down dog before we walk to the top edge of the mat. Let the head hang, let the arms hang. Bend your knees slightly. You can interlace the wrists around the elbows. You can sway side to side. Then release the hands, and this time we're rolling up slowly inch by inch, one vertebra at a time. Think of creating space between each vertebra of your spine, rising all the way up. And we're going to come into a balance pose. We're going to do tree pose. So we're going to start by getting grounded under the right foot today. Left foot turns open. Your foot can be placed below the knee or above the knee. Try to just not be on the knee, just to reduce the chance of injury. Lengthen the spine, slightly engaging the core, looking forward. Imagine like you're looking out of the third eye chakra. This is your center for focus and concentration. So placing your presence in the third eye chakra while you're doing balance poses not only will help your balance, but it will improve focus, concentration, memory function in general. So same thing on the other side if you haven't transitioned yet. Maybe bring the arms above the head this time just for a variation. If you press your thigh and your foot towards each other, that's going to help your balance as well. Just gently. Stabilizing, balancing. So balance poses serve to support our balance mentally and emotionally as well. So here we're going to come into a wider stance. I'm going to turn the toes of my right foot to the top edge of the mat. My hips are going to line up towards the long edge of the mat, and I'm coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Looking over the tips of the fingers of the left hand. Then I'm going to turn that left palm open, and I'm bringing it back into Peaceful Warrior. Looking up towards that hand or up towards the sky. And then straighten the knee, reach forward, and we're coming over into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So the toes of my left foot are facing the top edge of the mat, toes of my right foot are facing the long edge of the mat. Then you can hold it there or come into revolved Trikonasana by bringing the right hand down and the left arm up. And then right arm up again and rising up. Sorry, I'm at the left arm. Okay, so here we're going to switch it out. So now the toes of the left foot come to the top edge of the mat. Toes of the right foot are squaring to the long edge of the mat. Your hips should be squared to the long edge of the mat. And reverse the warrior. Breathing. Noticing where you feel it in the body. Straighten that knee, reach forward, tilting over into Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can look forward or up at your hand, and then bring the top hand down, bottom arm up for revolved Trikonasana. Rising up all the way. Good. And then from here, just step the feet together, hop it forward, whatever feels good. Have fun with it. Inhale the arms up, and we're coming into a chair pose here. Now from chair pose, we're going to come into a prayer twist. So you can have the hands to the heart, or you can open the arms. Bring both arms down and then all the way up. Hands to heart, same thing on the other side. Coming into your chair pose, hands to heart. Do a little twist to the right and opening the arms if you want to. Both hands down and then transitioning all the way up, hands to heart center. Taking a moment to breathe. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen the spine. Let's go ahead and step the right foot and the left foot back. Coming into just swishing the legs around so we can come into a forward fold. You can place the hands on the quadriceps, the shin bones, the ankles, or the feet. Just relaxing into this pose, and we're going to do a little bit of strengthening with boat pose here, Navasana. So I'm balancing. Right now, the knees are bent. You can keep them bent or you can straighten them. You can hold it stationary or do little repetitions where you're hugging the knees in and then straightening the legs out. Keep your focus on your toes. Good. Placing the feet flat. We're going to soften the spine, roll down inch by inch. Doing a nice long stretch from end to end so your toes are reaching towards the bottom edge of your mat, arms reaching behind you. Then hug the knees in towards the chest, getting some length in the spine. You can circle the knees a few rounds in each direction. Both knees and feet relax to the right as your arms come out to the side like a T shape, and then look over your left shoulder. Both shoulder blades are in contact with the earth. If this isn't comfortable here, you can grab like a little blanket or towel or block to put between the knees. We're going to transition, so both knees and feet are over to the left, and you're looking over the right shoulder now. Both arms are outstretched to your side like a T shape. Both shoulder blades in contact with the earth. Breathing. Revolved abdominal pose here. Hug the knees in. Extend the toes up to the sky. And then we're going to just do some little strengthening repetitions. Keep the back pressed flat into your mat as you lower the right leg down and back up. And then the left leg down and back up. Flex the foot as it lowers down. We're on the right leg again. Point your toes as the leg comes up. And again on the left, on the right, on the left. Really engaging the core here. Back stays pressed flat into the mat for stability. Good. And we're going to finish here on the left. Breathing. And then lowering both legs down slowly. The back is still staying pressed flat into the mat. And relax. If you want to hug the knees into the chest one last time to get a little more length into the spine before we come into Savasana here. So now we're just giving our bodies a little bit of space of stillness and quiet. So all of the healing energy that we activated through our practice can go to every cell of the body, replenishing, rejuvenating, revitalizing every cell of the body with the healing life force energies of prana. Just allowing the life force energy generated by our practice to go wherever it needs to go to optimize your health, your well-being, your peace of mind. And then gently bringing some movement into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes. When you're ready, hug the knees into the chest and come into a seated position. Blessings to you. Namaste.